Hey everybody, I'm Benjamin, aka The Terrible Australian of supermarcy.com, and welcome to my video review of the Academy Award nominated film Room. So let's get right into it. Now, when I first heard about Room, I knew this was a film right up my alley because the premise of this film, which kind of follows a young woman and her son who are held captive in a room for about 7 years, and them sort of trying to what they do day by day as their life in this room, and then once they escape, since the young boy was born within that room, this is him sort of experiencing the outside world for the very first time. So once I heard the premise to the film, heard that premise, I knew immediately that this film was right up my alley in a lot of ways. And having now seen the film, it definitely lived up to my expectations. This is an absolutely fantastic film that is definitely very deserving of all the critical acclaim and all the awards and just pretty much everything that this film has gathered over the past few months. It is a fantastic film and definitely one of the best films from 2015 for sure. I just loved every aspect of this film, and I'm not going to lie, pretty much this film really got to me a lot, and I think the reason for that is since this film's the main thrust of the film is sort of the mother and son relationship between the characters played by Brie Larson and newcomer Jacob Tremblay. They're just sublime. They're both fantastic, and Brie Larson definitely, she's just amazing. Like, she's always been a great actress, and I'm really really astonished in how she's grown as an actress over the years, because I think the really first major thing that I ever saw her in was the TV series The United States of Tara, and I thought she was really good in that. But every film of hers that I've seen her in, she's just gone from strength to strength in terms of her performances and her maturity when it comes to how she approaches the characters that she plays. She just does an amazing job, and her performance here is just sublime. It is a believable performance and just a powerhouse performance in so many ways. And the sort of the interesting things on how she kind of tries to protect her son from the awful realities of being in room, and her sheltering her son in that way, sort of as a mother would do, and also what happens to her character, her character's journey once they escape. That to me just made it even more compelling, because when I thought, it's not really a spoiler because that's what happens in the film, because it's about how they sort of deal once they you got pretty much the first hour, nearly the first hour, which kind of focuses them in the room, and then the next hour is basically their life outside of it. And to me, I thought, how are they going to make the sort of second half of this film as interesting as the first half? But director Lenny Abrahamson and screenwriter Emma Donoghue, who also wrote the original novel that this film is based on, did such a superb job with both these characters' performance, because you're seeing the character of, I believe, Jack, played by Jacob Tremblay, who's amazing. Probably one of the best child performances I've seen in a long time. Him sort of dealing with the outside world for the first time, sort of living in this very sheltered existence and sort of experiencing all these new things. And then you got the character Joy, played by Brie Larson, and her sort of trying to cope being back outside in the world again, and her facing sort of the trauma that she has faced in those years being locked in that room. And the film just has these two follows these two characters' journeys so perfectly that you can't help but just be incredibly moved by it. And I'm not gonna lie, pretty much every 5 minutes during the course of this film I was tearing up, and then a lot of times I was on the verge of tears, really getting there. And I didn't cry or anything like that, but I was very misty-eyed a lot during the course of this film. And I think the mother-son relationship of the film was the key element that really got to me about this film, and it's just handled so perfectly. And it's brilliantly directed by Lenny Abrahamson, who prior to this directed the film Frank with Michael Fassbender. The film with Michael Fassbender played the sort of singer musician, had the big sort of giant head on top of him. So he did that before, and it's beautifully well written. and so compelling, and every character is well defined. The characters' journeys are superb, and even the supporting performances like Joan, who plays Joy's mum, and Sean Bridges, who plays the guy old Nick, who abducted Joy, and also William H. Macy, who plays her dad, and everyone's so good in this film, and the movie just, the production design, particularly with Room at the first half, is really well done. The cinematography by Danny Cohen, who did The King's Speech, Les Miserables, is beautiful, and it's just a fantastic film. I have no problems with it at all. I can't even think of a single flaw in this film. This film is just perfect to me. It made me... I was engaged, I was so enthralled and riveted and found it intense, and it's a film that's, as harrowing as it is, it's also very hopeful as well, and you just get swept up into the emotions of it, and also there are some things where you think the film's going to go some way, like, you know, if this was a big Hollywood film or whatever, you think, oh, the film's going to go in that direction, but it doesn't. It just takes a very realistic approach to its story, and and it also brings up some really interesting sort of themes as well that I thought were just so beautifully done. There's so much to say about Room, but all I can say is it's a phenomenal film. Definitely one of last year's best films. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It is fantastic, and I am rooting for Brie Larson to win Best Actress because honestly, she deserves it. She is amazing in this film, but everything about this film is amazing. And also, Jacob Tremblay, he should have been nominated for an Oscar too. He's that good. Yep. So, if I had to give Room a rating, it's no surprise I'm giving it 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic and a must-see for everyone out there. So, yep, that's my video review of Room. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later. See you, everyone. Bye.